I see one person in the chat. How you doing? How you doing? I'm not going to be able to read the chats today, so I wouldn't know who you are, but you can still leave a comment in the chat. I'm not doing this live today from my laptop or my computer or anything. I'm doing it on my phone, and I'm leaving the screen blank because right now my hair is setting. Um, and I don't want to be on camera with my hair all jacked up or whatever. But I just wanted to just come in and just talk about this trial. And right now I understand it's in deliberations. Hey, Sharice. How you doing, love? Yes, so I was just, yeah, so please hit the like button as you enter in to the chat. I'd appreciate it. I just wanted to just talk about this, deliberation and, how this trial is going and the jury and other things. I've been moving around here on YouTube and listening to some other people content discussing the trial. Now, I know a lot of people are feeling this trial hasn't been fair for Robert Sylvester Kelly. Of course, we all know his constitutional rights have been violated, and so much was being negative out there in the press about this man even before trial began. Even from the time they made the movie, the Surviving R. Kelly series that came on Lifetime in 2019 in the beginning of the year, and of course it's been almost 3 years now that document series been out there about this man, how they have already painted him as this monster to the public and to the world. And now they have him on trial, and with these jurors, I'm not feeling them. But still in all, there is a God. There is a God, and I'm not giving up on God because he hasn't given up on us yet. And I know that our God is a good God, and God will come through, like I stated before, on his time and not our time. Just the injustice that has been done to this human being, to Robert Sylvester Kelly, is just heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking, and it really raised a lot of questions, about the world we living in and about our justice system. Really about our justice system, because the government and everything, they're dirty and they crooked and they wicked, and they know they could not prove anything as a RICO. And hey, child, how you doing? You doing good, Sharice, and your 4-year-old is driving you crazy, but you gotta love him anyway. Amen, amen. Yeah, they can do that to you. Yeah, so like I was saying and everything, just tells you how we can really trust our justice system. The way they treat R. Kelly, it can happen to anybody. Anybody, never think that this can't be you one day. And a lot of people can speak like, oh, well, um, I'm doing good, a child. Yeah, so a lot of people can't really understand that. You got to see sometimes when people are going through a situation in life, you also got to sometimes see that happening to you, or if it doesn't happen to you, if you have children in this world, you got to understand that sometimes things may pass you, but it may happen to your loved ones, just so that you can see yourself. Just so you can see yourself. And shame on any black man or any black woman right now who is actually, yes, that is actually wanting to see this black man, this wealthy, talented, gifted, beautiful black man lynched, and to spend the rest of his time incarcerated at the all. Wow, you have 3 boys. Ooh, God bless you, Sharice. God bless you. God bless you. Yes, may God always keep a covering over them. keep a covering over those baby. Hey, BB Beauty LLC, how you doing? I'm sorry y'all can't see me on the camera. Like I said, I'm setting my hair right now, so I'm not really fixed up for the camera. So I said, let me just keep a dark screen. I really don't like to keep a dark screen, but sometimes I could do this and I could even talk better this way. This can, I see why some people don't show their face on camera. They rather do their lives or things like that off camera because they could be more able to talk and get their words out clear enough so they could feel, look at a certain things and they can talk. Like me, I'm looking right now at my beautiful photo hanging up here in the bedroom. This beautiful photo. Yeah. You have twin boys, a child? Wow. You have twin boys. How old are they? Yes, BB Black Beauty, BB Beauty. My day is going pretty okay. I can't complain. You know, God woke me up this morning, allowed me to see a day which I'd never seen before, and I'm grateful for His goodness, His mercy, favor, and His grace. Yes, 23. Oh, they still young men. I mean, they still young men. They are men. Your children are grown. I was like yesterday. I was just off the chain about these children today. Yes, because people don't believe that children character they grow they born with a character in them. They born with a side of them. But in every child, I believe there is something great in every child. I truly believe that. But some of the things that aren't good, we have to know how to get in. Your baby 1 month? Oh my God, you got a newborn to the world. Welcome to the world, little fella. A little, or is a boy or girl? Wow. So yeah, so like I said and everything, you know, this situation with Robert Sylvester Kelly can happen to one of us, to our children. Just pray and hope we don't raise any daughters in this world to be that way. Oh, a girl, welcome, sweetie. Oh, the baby. I love babies. I love babies. Yes, I just love them, you know. And I said it can happen. Like I was happy to hear Dr. Rice. He came on and he shared his part of the trial and he talked about some of the things in the trial that he knew beforehand how they were going to do this. And you know, this trial to him was very bizarre, very strange. He's never seen a trial like this. None of us have. I never seen a trial like this in my entire life, not even to a murderer, not even to Jeffrey Dahmer or, you know, other serial killers that did certain things to people, not even to gangsters, you know, that actually were committing these RICO crimes and crime bosses and stuff that have been caught by the feds in their racketeering behavior or criminal behavior or whatever. I never saw a trial so corrupt as I seen how corrupt this trial has been for Robert Sylvester Kelly. How they strategized this whole trial to get this man, one man, an artist, an entertainer, a singer, and the things they speak on about him in the press is just disgusting. It's just so disgusting. I was just listening to like Byron in the Esquire. He's like a journalist, and he was able to go inside the courtroom with his you know, permit and everything else like that to report to the people on both sides of the trial and what both arguments are on, you know, like the government against Robert Sylvester Kelly. And he said that then when he asked for a certain transcript, he said there are transcripts being released only to the press that is only on the prosecutor side. Really nothing about on the defense side. And he just found that out like towards the end. And he says, this is crazy. Old Cough could go to hell. You know what I'm saying? They could go to fucking hell. You know, they just some damn fucked up, disgruntled, angry, mentally disturbed black women, and I pray that everything they have against Robert Sylvester Kelly blows up in their goddamn face. And that's just how I feel. They go on there to support the women on Monday. Well, they could go right the fuck on. You know, they could go right the freak on. You know, and especially that fucking fat ass. Especially that damn, what's his name, Atmos Love or whoever the fuck he is, talking about, I just pray this. Well, you ain't raise your daughters to be gold diggers and hoes and running after men for money and all that other stuff, then you ain't got nothing to worry about. What do I, you know, that's what people got to understand. If you don't raise your children in a certain kind of conduct, you shouldn't have to worry about any predator doing anything to your young daughters or anything. So why the fuck are you worried about it? This is how I feel. Why the fuck you worried about it? And if you're not that type of man, then you're not that type of man to be running with underage women or anything that you know is not of appropriate age for you to be with. Why the fuck should you care? See, the thing is that people don't understand, but my fight is not about Robert Sylvester Kelly's bedroom, who he fucking. My fight was about the law, okay? Point blank, period. It's about the fucking law. It's not about the motherfucking girls that was in his bedroom or the women that were in his bedroom. And that's what people seem to be missing. The man is not on trial for fucking Sagittarius rape. The man is on trial for a RICO. RICO. And what's happening to him right now is happening to all of us. Don't be fooled. Don't be bamboozled. Don't be fucked up over the bullshit that the media is spinning this narrative for you to believe this man was running an enterprise of kidnapping, raping, and holding women hostages and then using his wealth and everything else to keep them in this position in their mind to stay under his control or whatever. Y'all some motherfucking dumb ass, miseducated, misguided, dumb motherfucking black folks. Y'all the ones don't get it, okay? You don't motherfucking get it. And I'm not going to spend too much time raising hell about these damn ignorant, fucked up black people who got this kind of mindset. It's not about these motherfucking women. They need to wake the fuck up. It's about them doing what they think. They never done this to any fucking body else in history, but they do it to a fucking black man to spin their motherfucking narrative, to change their laws on their Mann Act laws, and to do certain things to put us, you know, in this situation. And if they could get away with it with R. Kelly, you can motherfucking be next, you dumb motherfucking black ignorant fucks out there who ain't getting it. He's on trial for RICO, not Sagittarius rape. If he was fucking on trial for Sagittarius rape or whatever, let they motherfucking parents worry about it. But they seem not to be that concerned about it. If they daughters, they didn't know where the fuck they children were. With a superstar, a 40 years old man. And that's something I had to bring to Dr. Rice's attention when he said, well, I don't care, 40-something years old man or a teenager. You know, as I was listening to him bringing, and I like Dr. Rice. No, I don't want to be, you know, say anything bad about him, but you know, when motherfuckers are trying to be shady, you got to call they shit out. You know, he wasn't on trial about being a 40-something years old man being with a young girl. He's on trial for fucking RICO. Did he kidnap? Did he held these women against their will? Okay? What the fuck do you know? Okay? That's what you gotta find, the truth. The truth is, what he's being charged for, was any of these crimes committed? Aaliyah been dead for 21 years. She hasn't been out there speaking about anything against him when she was alive. She didn't say this man put her in any position, uncompromising, uncomfortable position. It was uncomfortable to work with R. Kelly. She always spoke highly of him. So let that go with her. So what the fuck do you know, Dr. Rice? We shouldn't even bring up the fact about what age he was with. Let they motherfucking parents worry about that shit. You know, regardless of the fact, they mothers and fathers should have been out there from day one. If this man was doing anything to their children or whatever, they could have been had his ass in court for Sagittarius rape. For rape. Don't come back 30 fucking years later with the bullshit, okay? I don't want to hear it, and I don't believe nothing you got to say. Nothing. Of course they had a good motherfucking life, better life than they had at home. Or if it wasn't so, if it was so goddamn good at home, they would have stayed their ass at home and they wouldn't have been in no grown ass man's bed. Superstar or motherfucking not. That's the way I feel. If you raise up a child on the right way, he or she should go, it shall never depart from them. You worrying about people, kids. I work in a goddamn classroom with 3-year-olds and I'm watching behavior, structure in the classroom. I watch children from the classroom. I learn them from the time they come out the fucking womb. And if you don't work on their character right then and there, it's going to develop in them, and that's who they're going to be as human beings in society. You got to understand that children got to grow up to be adults one day, and the things you got to catch in their early development is their character, behavior. I don't believe in motherfucking EPs. I don't believe that there is any such thing as a child not being able to learn. Even Christ said it himself. He went and healed the sick, the blind, the lame. Everybody, if whatever you might be lacking in one thing, you have strength in other things. So people need to stop people need to stop making excuses for certain behavior. With Robert Sylvester Kelly, he did ask for ID. He did ask them for how old they were. And a lot of these women lied about their real ages. So they can't even say he fucking messed with teenagers or minors or anything else like that when they came with fucking fake ID. And even his own assistant, who worked closely with him for 15 or whatever years, said there was no women with him 18 or under. They didn't hear that part. She said 18, there were no women he was involved with that she know that was 18 and under. She didn't say under the age of 18. She said there were no women. I could tell you this. Go back and listen to the interview. None of the women I can tell you were 18 and under. The women he was involved with were maybe in their early 20s or approaching 20 to 21. But people still got stuck in their dirty motherfucking mind about the infamous tape, which they never seen with Jim Daragadas and with Sparkle and all these other fucking people that ran their little thing to take R. Kelly down with the government. Geronda Pace, I don't even think that man ever had sex with that girl. Who said on 18, on President's 18, BB Beauty LLC? No, Robert Sylvester Kelly, she said no woman he been with was 18 and under. None of them were 18 and under. So actually, women he was with were probably more like 19 going on 20 or 20, 21. Because if you listen, that was for her to work with him and to travel with him. And if there was something that he did do with her or whatever like that, it had to be more like she was at that age where she said she was legal. But I think most of the time that he worked with her, it was more like he worked with her believing that, she was 18 to travel. I think that part, I wasn't. Motherfucking Aaliyah's a dead concrete. So go the fuck on, okay? Get the fuck out my chat, please. Aaliyah mother didn't say anything about it, and neither did Aaliyah uncle. So you need to move the fuck on, okay? Because somebody, if any of my mods in there, could you please take this person out my chat? Okay, he's gone. I'm tired of people coming in my chat talking about fucking Aaliyah. Aaliyah's fucking been dead for 21 fucking years. And that hasn't even been proven to be true. If he's been with Aaliyah, Aaliyah never said it would happen, and it didn't happen. And I believe Aaliyah in her living testimony. So people need to move on. They need to move on and stay the fuck out of my chat. Sorry for the interruptions, everybody, as I was talking about things. So what I was trying to just bring to people's attention is that the trial was not about Sagittarius Ray. His trial was on the RICO. People are just not listening well. People are not being attentive to the details of the trial. They just want to hear what the fuck they want to hear. Because, see, I wasn't here for any of things that went on in his bedroom. I was listening to the trial to find out if any of these acts that they claim, these claims that these people made against Sylvester Kelly were true. And the government came against Robert Sylvester Kelly was true. There is no evidence. There's little to no evidence that this had happened. Only thing that they can say is that, okay, he had money. But he been locked up for 2 years without any money and things like that. And some of the witnesses got on the stand and even admitted that they stole from the superstar. They stole from him. Some of them admitted some of the things they did that was criminal while they were working for Robert Sylvester Kelly. Demetrius Smith even admitted that R. Kelly wasn't a part of anything of no bribery or nothing. He did that on his own. So, where's the RICO? Where is the fucking RICO? And all the rest of them, they just got up there just to talk about the relationships they had with him or whatever, and he did not hold any of them against their will. And they were free to leave at any time they felt like leaving. And some of them came and they kept coming and they kept traveling to come see this man at concerts or places to meet him at or whatever like that. They didn't have to do that if they felt this man was mistreating them or abusing them or they were being taken advantage of. And from the beginning, he was honest. They was the ones who was dishonest, deceitful. Okay? They knew how old they were. They knew how old he was. He was honest about his relationship with women. But they was the ones who was being deceitful and dishonest. Lying about their age. And even some of the things that they probably brought to him that he didn't even give to them. Like faith. That wasn't admitted in part of the trial as far as her boyfriend being a testimony about her getting herpes from his ass in the relationship with her and her boyfriend that she was in the relationship with. I understand that ran her ass over with a car. And I don't know if there was some serious injuries that were done to her or anything. Could y'all hear me out there? Could any of you hear me out there? Just let me know if you can hear me out here. Oh, okay. Yeah, so a lot of things that is questions me about his trial. And then when R. Kelly has an appeal, he has a powerful appeal. And if he don't get acquitted, this trial does not be dismissed or whatever, then it's going to be some outrage. Who, Azarel took some money too? Oh, she stole some money too? She a little thief too? No, you can't see me, Renee, because I said I'm not going to be putting my face on the camera today. Because my hair, I'm setting my hair today. And my hair is, got rollers and all kind of shit going on in it right now. So I said I'm going to keep my face off the camera for today. Yeah. I don't know if I could put my, I wanted to put a, but I'm not on StreamYard. I could have put my, picture there. My profile, but I can't even put that there right now. Yeah, so like I was saying, these little gold diggers, these little traps that did what they did to R. Kelly. I'm sure, like, if R. Kelly doesn't, if things don't look good for R. Kelly, and especially if he doesn't get acquitted, dismissal, or not guilty charged, there's going to be a lot of outrage. It ain't going to happen right away, but it's going to happen. People are going to be people are going to wake the fuck up. Okay. People are going to wake up and people are going to be outraged about this justice system and about with the juries, how they came, how they wasn't question, like how they did like hid the jurors. Nobody got to know who these jurors were or anything. And from what I understand, Kanik is a very, religious man. He's a man of God. And I could tell he is a man of God because he didn't have to take this fight. Yeah, of course, everybody could see. Stevie Wonder could see that this is wrong. This is disgusting. It's disgusting the way they treated Robert Sylvester Kelly. It's disgusting. This government. I've never seen them treat anybody so horrible in any trial. Not even a murderer. Not even a person who's a gangster or whatever, a crime boss. Yeah, so like I said, Kanik, thank God bless him. Like he didn't really have to take take this fight for Robert Sylvester Kelly. He could have let this brother of his just hang. And they definitely needed his help. It's sure enough done, baby beauty. You're going to learn in this life. You got to learn to guard and protect your heart from people. Because there are people in this world that will take you for everything you got. There are some people out in this world that are vipers and no good. And God even teaches us that from the beginning in the book of Genesis that, he created good and evil. The tree, eat from the tree of good and not the tree of evil. And that's why sometimes you got to be as gentle as a dove, but be as wise as a goddamn serpent. And you have to figure out what that wise as a serpent is. Your enemies could be the closest people to you, even your own family members. You got to be careful. Jealousy is a real demon. Yes, yeah, because Dr. Rice was speaking so highly of Steve Greenberg. Steve Greenberg didn't do a motherfucking thing for R. Kelly. He wanted the man to play. R. Kelly was not allowing Greenberg to represent him in this RICO trial whatsoever because Robert Sylvester Kelly wouldn't even gotten this far. I'm sorry. He wouldn't even got too far as to the jurors if he would continue to have kept Greenberg as an attorney. Greenberg didn't even show no compassion for his damn client. He didn't. All he did was get up in there and clout chase and present himself in the camera all the time and been a wise, sitting up there talking about him and two girlfriends and all that other shit. See, Kanik didn't do none of that. He's kept it on law. About the law and everything. He didn't clown R. Kelly to the media like the fuck Greenberg did. Greenberg didn't give a fuck about R. Kelly. But at least Kanik showed some compassion and some love and felt what R. Kelly was going through as if it was him. You have to find, when you find yourself an attorney, and I tell people this all the time, don't be about the fucking money. Don't care about how good he got somebody else off the chain, off the hook, and all that other shit. His so-called resume of all the trials he had or whatever is how you build that personal relationship with a person, and also how you can fit some things in their life to your own life. And people go after attorneys because of the high profile names and shit like that. No, it doesn't have to do with names. Just like I said with Nicole, as soon as Robert Sylvester Kelly was harmed and injured in that prison by one of the inmates or whatever like that, she was on the motherfucking scene. No matter how she doesn't have that much experience or whatever, those are the things you got to take into consideration. She did put herself out there and spoke on behalf of R. Kelly and the things that happened to him in that prison. I did not hear fucking Greenberg come out and try to defend his client or protect his client or say my client needs to not be there. My client needs a bond. This is why, he didn't even go hard enough for R. Kelly to even get a fucking bond, even when R. Kelly life was being attacked in prison. But Nicole was there, regardless of the fact of how many times she might have made some oops or mess up. This is her first time ever fighting a big federal case. She doesn't have a big, she never really had she's still like an amateur. Oh, there's no, amateurs are going to get, but it's going to get better for her. But you sitting up there tearing her to fucking pieces, Dr. Rice, and saying all these things about her, or whatever. But you got to also look at the fact that Greenberg ain't never put himself out there for his client other than clout chase. Okay? Clown him, especially talking about, it shouldn't even be mattering about the fucking two little girlfriends. Okay? Because they probably wasn't even real girlfriends. They were his friends, and they were supposed to been there to be there as his witnesses and everything else like that. But Azrael, little fucking ass, she froze the fuck up. She got jealous of Joy, and she couldn't hang no more, so she dropped off. The selfish little bitch dropped off. Okay? But she went on the prosecutor side, and then she finally come to with the truth about what her parents did, or her mother and everything, wanted her to go with this artist and sing with this artist. She got on Gayle King. Everybody saw how she got on Gayle King, and she fucking lied. She told the truth, but then she fucking lied. Fuck that fucking Azrael. Fuck that bitch. She know what the fuck she doing. She's an opportunist. And at least the other young lady kept her damn mouth shut and kept herself off the scene. And probably went to pursue in her career and her dreams and her whatever else she has planned for her future. And she brought up all these other chicks' names while she was up there on the stand testifying, but ain't none of them came there to back what the fuck she said up. God bless Kanik. And even when Hollywood did that interview, the little bit that I did get from Kanik, because she didn't spend too much time, she let it be known that she was, he was happy to, just talk a little, give a little information. And if they have any questions, they ask if they have any questions or whatever. But one of the things he did say is just keep R. Kelly in prayer. And R. Kelly, he's nervous right now, and that he is, in good spirits or whatever like that. And he also said that, he said some positive, great things about his client and shared his own personal experience being around his client, like listening to his music as a genius, and he's a fan of his music and everything else like that. And also that he also enjoyed, the fact that he's a great guy. He's a nice guy. He's a good dude. And I believe he's a good dude, too. And to me, he's too much of a fucking good dude. He was too much of a good person. I would have been paranoid from the day one I started becoming successful. Nobody would have been able to get close to me. I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck who you were. Everybody will have to make an appointment and be, actually vetted to the point where I just had to just like, hey, you can't come around me. And, you speak with me. You got to speak with me right in front of a fucking attorney. I would have been like, yo, he was too trusting around these damn low lives. And now that just shows them, sometimes things happen for a reason. You got to be careful with your heart with people out here. Fuck people out here, man. People will turn on you in a minute, in a heartbeat. Even some of these so-called bloggers, at one time, that fucking investigator, whatever the fuck his name is, some Scott bitch motherfucker. He's a bitch man. That's a bitch man. I don't fuck with him. At one time he was all for Robert Sylvester Kelly and seeing the injustice or whatever, and then now he's up here talking shit, calling him, running with the narrative. He ain't nothing but a bitch man anyway. He's a bitch faggot motherfucker. That's right, I said it. Bitch made man. Shady motherfucker. I can't. He's a shady bitch made man. Oh man. Hold on, y'all. These people on my live. Sorry about that, y'all. People come up in here. See, I gotta use my phone today. I don't like that shit. And then I was wondering, I said, all of a sudden, why now the fucking flip? I said, when this whole thing started, yeah, you had your little, you never really was, you was very, fair in making your judgment and everything else. And then all of a sudden now, is that a way to try to get some clout, or that's the way you want to build your channel and you want to win people? Because you know that R. Kelly supporters, I understand people, kids and stuff out there motherfucking missing and shit like that. But motherfuckers need to watch where they put let me tell you. Like I said, I work in a classroom, and I run with children that are, I would say, disadvantaged families or whatever, because of the environment, geographically, how these people live, whatever. And I see how they treat, how they are with their children. And we do have male teachers there. In one of the classrooms I went in, I observed a little girl sitting on one of the teacher's laps. And he's a man. And this was during nap time. And when I looked, I said to the little girl, I said, you got to go to your mat. I wasn't going to try to say anything about the teacher, but I just observed something. And I just wanted her to learn at that age. Baby, you don't sit on no man's lap. And it wasn't like she was sitting on his lap. She was sitting, because he's sitting on the floor petting another child, but she's laying between his legs. And I'm like saying, oh, hell no. And I'm sitting there as an adult and I see this. So I'm on the job already about what I could see that leading to, like your child being sexually, sexual abuse or whatever like that to somebody's child, even though I'm there as a classroom observation in the classrooms and doing things like reporting things that needs to be changed in the classroom, or even doing a report on the teachers. And I'm like saying, he's a man, and I don't think it's like good that an adult man, if anything, he should have just told her right then and there, baby, you got to go to your mat and lay down. You can't sit on my lap. I don't let them sit on my lap. And I'm a woman. I'm a woman. I don't even let kids sit on my lap as a woman. Now, sometimes I would, them kids are too damn big for me to be picking up. I'm sorry. They some big ass kids. They break my back. Put my back in pain. I don't pick up them big unless it's necessary that I have to pick you up. If you're a lightweight, yeah, I could probably pick you up, whatever. Some of them are not even out of Pampers. let alone pull-ups. Children are not out, and I'm not used to that many 3-year-olds. Still, maybe 1 or 2, yeah. But 7 in pull-ups, 3 years old? Oh no. And like you say, some children, it takes a little time to train them. But I'm going to say like this. And my family kids, I trained 1, 2, 3 boy children in my family. By the time they were 2 years old and they were talking and they were able to eat solid food, me neither, baby beauty. That ain't gonna happen. Well, nobody in my room but me or my husband. That's it. I don't have people laying up in my bedroom. But anyway, like I was saying, it's bad enough that with all of this stuff about these women running around here talking about sexual abuse and molestation and all this other stuff and predators and da 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 da. But you got to teach them from an early age not to sit on no man's lap, or especially in between a man's lap. I don't care, they may be little babies and everything, but there are some men out there that get their sensation off of little children, of having them sit on their lap. And they very sensitive down there. A man's little, his thing, because it's loose and it's out there and everything. This little girl sitting between this man's lap and everything by his little, his wiener. I was like, look, sweetheart, get on your mat. I didn't say anything to him because he should know better. You're an adult. You're a man. You hear about all these little things happening, like even with Michael Jackson having little kids sleep in the bed with him and everything else like that. They come to visit Michael Jackson. You see what that ended up being, right? Next thing you know, the parents was accusing him of sexually molesting their children. You got to protect yourself. And not only am I protecting the child, I'm protecting this adult as well. Because even though it may seem innocent, but it may turn into something else. I don't let them sit on my lap. And when they go into the potty room and everything, yeah, I might assist them and everything, but I already let my, boss and everybody know that I don't feel comfortable having to go in any bathroom with any child with the door closed. The door will have to be open if I go in there. Because parents should now, at that age, when you sending your children to school, they should be speaking a certain amount of words, and they should be able to know how to use the potty, and they should know how to protect their body. And if I say it, I'm out of place, or you making a fuss about everything, No. Okay? I got to protect myself too, I know they small little babies and all, but one thing I'm not going to do is when people, I don't feel comfortable. These days, at one time when I didn't know, okay, it was cool. But with all of this other stuff coming up now, with all this pedophilia and sexual abuse to children and all that stuff like that, I know that's right, girl. I know that's right, BBQ. My brother let his friend pick up my niece and I went off. That's right. I had one of my roommates, right? One of my roommates, her daughter. Hey, Deja Vu. Yes, her daughter, father. And she was my roommate at the time. And the child, her and the dad and everything, of course they wasn't together, my roommate. And the little girl and everything went to visit. And her daughter was kind of like on the thick side. She was like 13. She wasn't even, she was about 13. Yeah, when I was with my roommate, because her and her husband went through a divorce, whatever. I came to move in with her. I was going, and I needed also, I needed a roommate at the time because I couldn't do it by myself anymore. So I moved in. I had a roommate. So the guys that helped move me in, one of the guys was looking at her daughter. Her daughter was like on the thing. I said, you know what? I said, that's a child. And I looked at him. And I said, that's a little girl. And I said something right then and there. And she was very like my roommate at the time and everything. She had no problem bringing men, dating men, bringing men in the house and stuff. And I used to always talk to her about it. And I was like, I don't think it's right that, you should have these men around your daughter, da, da, da. And sometimes you feel uncomfortable. You put you in a very uncomfortable position because you don't really like to tell people how they should, They, especially if you living in a house that the house belongs to them, and you just come in to get a room there as a roommate or whatever, it puts you really in an uncomfortable position. That's why I don't fuck with these women talking about their sexual molestation. I don't really know the nature of your story. You could be putting out anything to say shit like that. And if it was daily, why would it go on so long without nobody noticing that you was abused? And why wasn't it taken care of? Why didn't you ever get any help for it? Why didn't you ever get any therapy for it? Why are you out here angry and you running with these damn women groups and all this other crazy shit to protect other women for abuse against women and all this stuff? I don't get involved with shit like that because I ain't never been in that situation. And I doubt if I ever would. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he is in the Lions then Deja Vu. How did your fucking daughter get in that situation? How did the fuck you get in that situation? If anybody you need to be mad at your mother for not taking any actions against the person who assaulted you or did anything to you. It could have been an uncle, it could have been anybody, but it wasn't R. Kelly, so why the fuck you mad at R. Kelly? Fuck out of here. Let the parents deal with him. You shut the fuck. Y'all go somewhere else. Go after the person who did the shit to you. This shit, that's what pisses me off about these so-called women that supposedly been sexually assaulted or been sexually abused. He didn't do it to you, so why the fuck you mad at him? Go to the fucking man. Go after the man that did the shit to you. And not everybody gonna believe that shit. These women were not fucking rape victims. They were fucking volunteers, you dumb bitches over there in Old Cobb. They wasn't rape victims, so stop making it what it was. They even admitted they probably ain't gonna even fuck with you anyway. They probably tell y'all to take a motherfucking walk. Those talk about we going there to support the women. No women don't want to be fucking supported by you. They don't want to be supported by you. Trust me. They gonna be out here fighting for R. Kelly. So y'all gonna be wasting your motherfucking time. They want his ass free just like every fucking body else. And especially being that they had a relationship with him. If they had a relationship with him. And Jerronda Pace, their guilt is going to make them want to be there with R. Kelly. So you gonna wait. You don't get between no man and no woman shit. Even if she is telling the fucking truth, she still don't fucking want you involved in her shit when it comes to a fucking man that she dealt with. I'm telling you, it's all gonna blow up in their motherfucking face. They better leave well enough alone. They better leave that shit alone. Because like I said, all those women gonna do is make them look stupid. And I know what I'm talking about because there's women out there that I went out there and defended in some man shit. And it made me look stupid. Yup. Exactly. Deja vu. They gonna look stupid. They say those women gonna know y'all fucking clout chasing. They know y'all clout chasing. And if R. Kelly get convicted, they gonna feel even more bad, and then they gonna come out and tell the real truth, and they gonna feel like they gonna start telling on the fucking government. I bet you. Because they gonna feel like they was a part of it, and they ain't gonna feel like they got plastic bodies, right? I don't think he slept with Jerronda Pace either. And something in my gut really tells me that. And now that Jerronda Pace, she gonna suffer big time for her little lying ass self. The truth gonna come out, y'all. The truth is going to come out. That's why they fucking try to take so long with this damn deliberation shit. They wrestling with the truth. So Old Cobb need to shit they monkey ass down. Talking about they out there to go out there to support the woman. What about Azred? I hope he didn't touch her. Mm. With Azrael, you know what? I don't believe nothing come out of her damn mouth anyway. Even if he did touch her, I would say he didn't. Because she's a fucking little liar. She got on Gayle King. She said one thing. Then she gets in the courthouse. She says another thing. Then she throws her parents under the bus and said her parents made her do this. And her mother was like this. And da-da-da. How you doing, Alfonso? So to be honest, you can't believe nothing she say. Nothing out of her mouth. Azrael, you can't believe nothing Azrael say. You can't believe nothing Jerron DePace say. You can't believe nothing Faith said. You can't believe... What's the other one? Oh, Javante Cunningham. You know, she lied too. She said she didn't have sex with R. Kelly. Then she gets on the stand and says she did have sex with him. Man, come on, girl. Make up your motherfucking mind. No, the truth don't need no help. Don't need no help. You would have said that from the gate, from the first time you was on that so-called docuseries. Joy been quiet, so I like the fact that she's been quiet, and I pray she stay quiet. We're going to see, Alfonso, because this is going to be a long fight. It's going to be a long fight. I'm telling you. Because they did some shady shit. The government did. They got to control the narrative. You know. And I believe if it don't work in his favor as far as him getting acquitted or getting this trial being dismissed or whatever, this, that, and the other, is going to be some outrage. I truly believe that there's people who are sitting back waiting. Like, they think they got everybody fooled. They don't got everybody fooled. Because there were some people that were there and that was not able to testify. And it's going to come against them for their deceitfulness, their lies, and everything. And the thing that shocked me about Dr. Rice is him saying great things about Demetrius Smith. Okay, Demetrius Smith was a con artist, a criminal, and what else can I say? R. Kelly would have never been in this situation with Aaliyah if fucking Demetrius Smith would have not did what he did. How about that? He's the cause of that. He's the cause of the Aaliyah shit. So you got to look at that point, Dr. Rice. And no, nothing against you because I like Dr. Rice, but you got to look at the fact that if it wasn't for Demetrius Smith bribing a government official to get a fake ID for Aaliyah at the welfare office and doing all of this, orchestrating this marriage certificate and all that, R. Kelly would have never had this situation going on with Aaliyah. Because the marriage never really happened. It was just some shit that he schemed up. Him, Daryl McDavid, and whoever else was involved. This fake ass, shiesty, shady ass so-called clergyman that performed this service for them or whatever. People they knew from the streets, people they knew underground or whatever that could do shit like that. R. Kelly didn't know nothing about that kind of fucking life until these motherfuckers introduced him to put him in that shit like that. Yeah, and her uncle, that Barry motherfucker, Ankerson, looking like damn Freddy Krueger. If these people wouldn't have never forged the marriage certificate and forged all these forged government documents, R. Kelly would have never been in that situation, so he don't get no praise from me. He wouldn't have. If anything, right there from the gate, if R. Kelly was involved with Aaliyah, I'm saying, as a minor or whatever, right then and there, that shit should have been taken care of legally. Like, she's too, I'm just saying, like, if it had happened, they should have just, like, right then and there, spoke and caught it right there at the beginning. So who's getting married? I missed that part of the conversation, and I can't really see it right now in the chat because I'm not like on my laptop. I'm more here. I'm using my phone. It says that I think it's just something that's bothering me about her. If he is acquitted, I believe that's when hell is going to break loose unless he marries her. Yeah, because what I didn't understand is why was her parents there with Joy? Okay, that part right there is suspect to me because her mother, her father, her sister, Gloria Allred, all of them, when the whole trial opened up for R. Kelly, you saw Gloria Allred and I even got that on one of the things like the what you call this, need to go the fuck away, the Savages, and you seen how they were in front of the media on the opening of R. Kelly's the first day of the trial. And then all of a sudden they disappeared, and then the next thing you know, the father comes out and say, "Oh, he don't want her to testify, and if she get up there, she tells the truth, and da 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 da." But then on top of that, she never ends up testifying. That part right there leaves everybody questioning what the fuck was that all about. Joy didn't come forward for nothing. Joy, nobody saw Joy at the courthouse. Joy didn't get on the witness stand about anything, not even for the defense side. I'm Deja Vu. I'm just not trying to speak on her because of the simple fact that we don't know what's going on with her. I don't want to put anything out there right now to make them concoct something, to make them make up a trial against Joy or whatever. But Joy's a grown motherfucking woman because when she, even if she did have a relationship with R. Kelly, she was a motherfucking adult. It wasn't like she was underage. She got with R. Kelly when she was 19 years old or 20. Joy right now is about 26 years old. She's about 26 years old, and she said a lot of shit already out in the public about having a good relationship with R. Kelly, and she never talked anything bad about him, and she said she will never testify against him, or she always said he was a great guy, and she made that very clear to people. Excuse me. And she said her parents was after money, and the way her parents treated her, whatever. So I guess Joy just went on them. She probably, for all we know, ain't even in the motherfucking country. She probably did one of those Susan Logan shit. She probably left out of the country, and I know a lot of young people been running to Dubai lately, hanging out there, hiding out in Dubai lately. So for all we know, she probably ain't even in the United States. She probably somewhere in Dubai, in another place in the world. Just like that lady said she had to leave out of the state or whatever because her mother, her elder Susan Logan lady or whatever, about her elderly mother. And you know what else is funny is that I meant to bring this part up. Kelly Price. Nobody know what's going on with Kelly Price. So they said she returned home, and then I hear she hasn't. They found her, and now I'm hearing she hasn't been found. And I just really want to know what's going on with that, with the Kelly Price thing situation. Because they say Kelly Price is, they say Kelly Price is, y'all still hear me out there? Y'all still hear me out there? Hello? Hello? Oh, I was wondering where everybody went. It's a little static. Yeah, I was just talking about Kelly Price. You remember like Kelly Price, she did some songs with R. Kelly. Um the one she did with Mr. Biggs, she was my friend. And I think she did a quite another some more songs with R. Kelly. Like R. Kelly was they did like a little movie part where Kelly Price and R. Kelly was he's her husband, but he's cheating on her with her best friend. And Mr. Biggs is her godfather, so he went there to go look for R. Kelly to talk to him about what he's doing to his goddaughter. And her godfather's supposed to be like a gangster. So he goes to R. Kelly and he says, "Look, she may be a moon to you, but to me, she's a star, and that she's a great girl and a good woman and everything else like that. And why would you even try to even get with her girlfriends and humiliate her like that to mistreat her heart the way you have been mistreating her heart?" It's a nice little story behind that song. Three-way phone call with Kelly Price, and I think it was with Kim Burrell. I haven't heard her in the press lately either, because the last time she came out and spoke that I saw Kim Burrell, she was on R. Kelly's side and praying for him. And that's what I'm saying. Like, yes, Kim Burrell, three-way phone call. Yeah, but you know what, Deja Vu? Yes, it is hard to prove Rico, but if you saw that long questionnaire, the thing that they gave them to the jurors to answer questions about all the things that okay, about the witnesses, like Jane Doe number two, Jane Doe number five, this one and that one, and then questions about the Naro, just to find what answer this question, answer that question. Now, I've been on trial before, but never for a federal case. I never went for a federal case. I never did a federal trial. Mine was more of a civil lawsuit. Or it wasn't even a civil. I wouldn't even call it a civil. It was a little small little claims court where this elderly woman was supposedly had been helping her family, and she was one of the elders that used to walk the children to school, and something about the pavement of the sidewalk wasn't right, and she tripped and she fell and she fractured her ankle. She put a suit out on the city. It was a city lawsuit or whatever. Oh, you a celebrity, BB Beauty LLC? But you can't tell us now. Which celebrity are you? I would love to know who you are. You can't tell us now. And and Deja Vu, what I wanted to come back to what you were saying here about the ABC News. I also heard that I don't know if you heard Byron, the Esquire or whatever. He's been doing a lot of journalism on the R. Kelly trial, and he said that the transcripts that they may be having is the only for the prosecutor side, but not from the defense side for them to look at to verify whether or not to see any RICO against Robert Sylvester Kelly. But I feel this way: even though they're gonna read the transcript, they were still sitting in the jury pool. They were still sitting in the trial. They were still listening on the trial or whatever. But like I said, the human mind can listen for a good 15 minutes and then it shuts down. Your mind can only take at least only. That's why I say sometimes you got to go back and listen to things again, because your mind can shut down.
in 15 minutes. You could be woke, but whatever information that is being processed at the time, you can't process everything in 6 hours that a person is talking about in 6 hours. You cannot. Do the human mind shuts down every 15. The most it would probably go is in half an hour of you listening. And to be able to process, you could be listening, but the information, the process, the information could only be like maybe no more than like 15 minutes. No more than 15 minutes of it before the mind shuts down. What I'm saying is that the process of that information to get through that you can actually capture, because we're not built to be robotic. That's right. That's what I'm saying, Nene. The media was only getting one side of the trial. They was only getting mostly more of what the prosecutors were saying and not what the defense trial. That's why when you heard some of the media, what they were talking about with the transcripts, those transcripts weren't released to the media. The only transcripts were released to the media was the prosecutor side. They didn't release the defense side of the transcript. That's why they were only able to report a lot about what the prosecutors were saying and not what the defense side was saying. They getting one side of the trial. And even when those people were reporting from the media, news reporters and stuff from the media, they were even told not to even put in anything about the defense side. They were just told to just get what the prosecutors were saying, the government. So the government was controlling it. This is their trial to convict Robert Sylvester Kelly on a RICO. But if Robert Sylvester Kelly have an appeal, you're going to get both sides of it. Because it's going to be now Robert Sylvester Kelly is going to turn. You understand what I'm saying? It's going to turn. So I think it will be in his best favor for an appeal. Then let it go from there. Because see, if it goes for an appeal, then he has a better chance. Because with the appeal trial, it'll be Robert Sylvester Kelly versus the government. And everything will work more for him in his favor. So people could hear the both sides of the trial. And then he's a free man. That's how I'm putting it. Because in the first trial, see, the government had to prove him wrong, right? Now, if the government bring a conviction on Robert Sylvester Kelly, they'll be in a trial and they get a verdict, and he gets a guilty verdict. It can always work out to be now an appeal for Robert Sylvester Kelly, his appeal trial. And he can appeal it. And he has a powerful, powerful appeal trial. Everybody gonna want to represent him. Everybody gonna be running for the damn for the seat. But I think if anything, he'll still probably stick with Kaepernick. He'll stick with Kaepernick. So, like I said, Okarv, don't get too motherfucking happy, okay? Because it's still going to come in Robert's favor because of the fact that the government fucked up big time. They fucked up big time because there is no RICO. And even if they try to make it a RICO and he gets a guilty verdict, it's still going to be overturned. It still could be overturned. Just like Bill Cosby. It could be overturned. So y'all could go ahead and try to think y'all going to save those women. People just got to know that they did the wrong thing. They was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and they was doing something they shouldn't have been doing in the first place, knowing that they were lying about their age and the whole nine. and then all of this shit can go to sleep, and everybody could go on with their goddamn life, and Robert Sylvester Kelly can get his life back on track. It probably won't never be the same, but at least he'll be out of there, and he'll be living his best life, even probably if he have to move to another country just to get away from America and their motherfucking government. And that's what the fuck they afraid of. They shady. And any black man that sat around convicting Robert Sylvester Kelly and not allowing him to have a fair chance and a fair trial, and they already want to put this black man and lynch this black man, and any black man that was down with it, shame on you. Shame on you. And black woman, shame on you. And the thing is that when they time come, because it's coming, ain't nobody gonna be there for them, because they put their own self in that situation by not fighting for Robert Sylvester Kelly and putting their boots to the ground for him. What's his name? God bless him. The celebrity that did come forward. What's his name again? Oh God, because somebody put his name in the chat. He's oh God, Barrington or some shit like that is his name. Yes, God will reveal, BB Beauty LLC. You know, this is a wicked ass country we deal with. This is a wicked ass government we deal with. And we got to get that damn Judge Donnelly ass out of there. When next election come, I will not be putting her ass in no Julius Darrington. Thank you, Carolyn. I appreciate that. Yup, her ass is done. I won't be voting for her. No, they got to keep their Larry shit going. That OHCO person, he's an ass, because instead of him or them doing research, they'd rather be a follower. You damn right, they'd rather be a follower. Y'all can hear me now? Because I had this shit on mute. Yeah. Yeah, they some shady ass people. I don't even know how many members they still got there, because I heard a lot of their members, the ones that I'm more familiar is that Diva Divine Light girl and that Duchess bitch and fucking Team Libra. I don't know. She said she was supposed to have been a neutral person, but I don't fucking see her as neutral. I think she got some old cop shit in her. Then you got who else? Who else I could say? In that old cop group that I didn't bring up their name. Mia, some shit like that, or whatever the fuck her name was. All of them. You watch and see. A lot of people are going to get into a lot of shit. And you know that fucking Levi for Kelly motherfucker? He had the audacity to freaking come out with his piano and start singing. And Kendra, I don't even know who Kendra is. But Levi for Kelly, he had the audacity. He showed his face. He started singing. He's always talking about how beautiful he is. He ain't that motherfucking beautiful. Yep, me too, Nene. And he was singing, and everybody was like, "Oh, Levi, you such a da 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 da." And I'm like, this is the most jealous, hating motherfucker. He probably want R. Kelly to go to jail so he could probably think he gonna get himself a gig and start becoming a superstar, and he gonna take over all R. Kelly songs and sit back and think that he's the man. It's like he want his life. Like he wants to be R. Kelly.
I don't like shit like that. Be yourself. Have your own unique style. Don't try to be somebody else. I'm trying to see what y'all saying. Yeah, I've been following this Nene from day one myself. Oh, he always talking to the damn stove and always drinking liquor. Always drinking. I think he's an alcoholic. He like always drinking. I don't trust nobody that drink too damn much. I can tell you, people that drink too much and use too much cocaine and use too much illegal substances. I wouldn't even say use substance all the time. Is people that you can't really trust anything that come out of their mouth. Their brain cells are not working very well. Alcoholism, and you ever talk to an alcoholic and a drug addict? They always have make up words. And the words they try to make up all the time try to be some big words, bigger than what they can spell. They can't even spell the words. Half of the words they try to use when they talking to you. You ever talk to an alcoholic and a pothead? The synthesization of the retaliation. They always try to make up words that go rhyming with each other, and then words that don't even make no sense, words that don't even exist. They got make up words. The originality of the commonality of the true being. They be out of the zone. All right, BB Beauty LLC. I drink beer too. But I'm talking about a person who just every time you see them, they drinking and they smoking marijuana. They just a stone pothead or cokehead, whatever kind of substance. They can't function without any substance. Like they can't be sober. I cannot deal with those kind of people. I have a family member who's like that. She gets drunk and she'll call you and she talk. And some of the stuff she talk about don't make any kind of sense. And then she will take you from one subject to another. She just, oh my God, it's so annoying. If you don't believe what I'm saying, go to Levi for Kelly's channel. Notice how he's so long-winded, and when he's talking, he will be like, I'll be back with y'all about, but then he is like, he be dragging. He makes up words as he go along, and then he'll stop in between something like, all right, Levi, get to the point. You ever talk to an alcoholic? They always take forever to get to the point. It don't take you 2 hours to finally get there. And I remember when I first started listening to him, he was supposed to be, he introduced himself as a Christian man, and then he went into being a Muslim. So I don't understand all of that. I mean, that confuses me. And that's what alcoholics do. Hey Tanya, how you doing? If you ever listen to him, I listened to the man for 2 years, and he just kept going at it with the. Let's go back when we first started this thing, and the Tay One people with the Team Kells people. Remember when he kept going after Tyson? He was like the DJ Tyson after Tyson after Tyson. After a while, when Tyson came on the scene, all his commentary was about DJ Tyson, and he kept playing and playing the same old videotape of. He was so repetitive. He just kept playing it. Right. he just kept playing it until it wore you out. Like, come on now, all right, we got it, we got it, we got it. You know when somebody just keep going at it and going at it and going and drilling it in you, that the guy was a scam artist, a con artist. He was what else he said about Tyson? He called him this ugly, jealous dude, and this is an evil, jealous man, and he this, that, the other. Come to find out, Levi is everything he was calling Tyson. Levi was telling the truth. Yeah, Levi was telling the truth. I mean, I'm pretty sure he was at the time, Nene B, but it was just wearing me out. I don't got nothing because I came at Tyson too. I came at Tyson a lot of time. When Tyson first came on the scene, I was like one of the first people that was like, oh no, this, that, and the other. But then I got jumped on a lot for saying it. And I just like left it alone. I don't even see him no more. I don't see him pop up on nothing anymore, Holly. If he's around, I don't even know if he's still around, but I'm just going back, Nene, on talking about some of the things Levi was doing. He was just really wearing me out. And he took so long, and some of the things he said make sense, and some of the things he said was just really, really wearing me out. But I think he still could have did more commentary on Robert Sylvester Kelly, and he could have been going more hard for this man, being that this man's supposed to be his so-called relative.